Hello, my beautiful Aries. I hope everyone is having a fabulous day wherever you are. If you don't know who I am Brandy, and this is Sacred Arcana Tarot. Today we have a general love reading for all of you out there that are single and ready to mingle. Hey, hey, hey. Like moi. I've already shuffled the cards so we can save some time. So let's get to your reading. Oh. Interesting, Aries, and then you have the Six of Wands reversed. Oh, okay. So let's see here. Aries, you are the first sign that I've had that had no reversals whatsoever. So it's feeling pretty good. So let's see what kind of energy we have coming in here for the month of March. To give you an idea of this spread, these three are, you can call them scene setters. They kind of give you a snapshot of what the energy is right now. These two cards show you the direction that the energy is heading, and then this final card shows you the outcome. So overall, at first glance, I would say Spirit is coming in to let you know that the Four of Cups and the Six of Cups, it feels like you guys are trying to maybe rehash an old relationship. It could be that you have either recently parted company with a significant other, or perhaps you've just recently been thinking about someone from your past. This definitely feels like, for some of you, you are looking backwards. You're not looking forwards. With the Four of Cups here, she's got three beautiful cups right in front of her. She doesn't really see them. She's not paying them any attention whatsoever. She's distracted. So this definitely feels like you. You're feeling very distracted. You're daydreaming. It's definitely a feeling of detachment here, because Spirit is showing you that here's this beautiful bowl full of all your hopes, dreams, anything that you could want. And Spirit is trying to offer it to you. The hand is there giving you the bowl that has everything you've ever wanted in it. But you're too distracted. You're too busy looking away, looking at the past, that you don't see it. There's no connection here for you whatsoever. So for some of you, Aries, this feels like you're distracted by a past relationship. You're distracted by your emotions. This really feels like, for some of you, and this isn't going to resonate with everyone, but this feels like you are looking backwards at a past relationship. And it almost seems like, with this Six of Cups coming next, that it feels like you've recently ran into the person, or maybe you've recently stalked them on Facebook, some kind of social media online, so that you're kind of seeing how they're doing, right? And it feels like whatever you've seen has upset you. It could be that you see that they're happy, they are in a relationship, they are, Spirit says, moving on with their life. I mean, this feels very much like a grieving, like you're really longing for something. And when you look at social media, when you look at people's social media, please remember that that is the photographed, all the fluffy moments. You know, nobody wants to put up an ordinary life on social media, even though 99% of us have ordinary lives. We want it to seem extraordinary. Each of us are extraordinary, but we feel like our everyday, day-to-day lives isn't extraordinary enough for other people. So we tend to hype up the really great moments and block or just not showcase the not so great moments. So this feels like you're starting out feeling very forlorn and very much wishing for something that you don't have right now. Could be that you're reminded of a relationship from the past that, I mean, everything was great. It felt so wonderful, you know? It's one of those relationships where you meet someone, you see them, and everything just kind of comes together. But in the end, for whatever reason, you part ways. You know, maybe this feels almost like a high school relationship. So for people who are really, really young, and if you're in high school right now, it could still be for you, but this feels like someone that is very nostalgic. And it could be you. So let's look at this. The Two of Pentacles. She is trying her damnedest to balance those Two of Pentacles. It's windy here. She's in like a desert. She might be trying to hold on with just, you know, these little paltry strings that she's got going here. Any other day, it feels like she wouldn't be able to hold on to them. But in this case, she's able to. She's got them both grasped really tight. And she's doing it. This feels like you are trying really hard to balance yourself. With this coming in right beside the Two Cups cards here, it feels like you're trying very hard to balance your emotions. Possibly even that you're so distracted that people have started noticing in the way that it's affecting your work. So be mindful of that. Don't let outdated thoughts or, you know, those pungent memories that can like come in out of nowhere. If you hear a song from a past relationship, or you see like a movie that you and your past significant other spent a lot of time watching together, you know, it just distracts you. Your mind goes to that, and then sometimes everything in front of you just kind of goes pfft. Spirit says you really need to be mindful of that. It's okay to look back and think about this, but don't get stuck here. Don't get to a point where that's all you're thinking about and that's all you're grieving. You're thinking, you know, I really, really want that again. Why can't I have that? Why isn't it available to me like it is to other people? So let's look at the Seven of Wands. I love the Seven of Wands. I really love this because it really epitomizes that self-love, being in the middle of a bubble, right? So it's when you put yourself in your own zone and you're completely okay with yourself. You're like, you know what? Haters are going to hate. They're going to do their thing. They're going to run their mouth. They're going to say what they're going to want to say. I can't change that. All I can do is focus on myself. And that's exactly what she's doing here. She's focusing just on herself, what's important to her. She's keeping her energy focused because the Wands is fiery energy. This one is right here so she can take it at a moment's notice. She's very much in tune with her thoughts, her feelings. She's doing really good here. Now, the fact that they are overlapping, it is overlapping the Four of Cups and the Six of Cups, makes me think that Spirit wants you to really focus on grounding yourself, getting yourself out of your head so much, getting your thoughts under control. It's okay to reminisce. It's okay to look back at past relationships. But the key is not to get stuck. So you need to be moving in the direction of acknowledging the past relationships, and saying, okay, they happened. I'm sure that there's even better out there for me. So ground yourself. Be mindful of really showing your true self. So don't be afraid to be who you really, really are. Wands is fairly fast energy. So it almost feels like once you wrangle your emotions and really start working on balancing, you're going to move into this energy of grounded self-enlightenment is what Spirit is telling me. So you might want to think about doing something like meditation or yoga. Meditation works wonders for me. I'm actually going to be doing some meditation videos on the channel. coming up shortly. So don't be afraid to try these new things. Don't be afraid to take the time out to really focus on yourself so you can look back and appreciate these moments without getting stuck in these moments. So once you ground yourself and once you really, Spirit keeps saying heal. I keep hearing the word heal, heal, heal. So once you heal yourself, it doesn't feel like your heart is broken. It's just almost like your heart is homesick. It's really like there's a homesickness going on here. So maybe you've moved away and you're away from family and friends from what you grew up with, and you're thinking of a past relationship there. Spirit is, okay. Spirit says for some of you, you are thinking about moving back home. Back to where you grew up, back to your home state. I keep getting home. Spirit keeps telling me home, home, home here. So it feels like your home where you grew up is where you feel the most comfortable. It's where you feel supported and loved and comfortable. And if that resonates with you, Spirit wants you to know that it's okay to go home. It's okay to go home. Okay, so let's move on to this one. The Three of Wands. That's some very fast-moving energy. Now, the Three of Wands is covering the Six of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. This really feels like she's looking forward to the next phase of the journey. She is looking ahead. She's no longer looking back. She is moving in the right direction. She's even facing the right direction in this case. And this very much feels like you're going to move from this place of homesickness to a balanced, okay, Spirit says worldview. A balanced worldview, take that as you will, so that you are going to start moving in the right direction. You're not going to be, Spirit is telling me, you're not going to be hung down. Okay, that's weird. I think Spirit is trying to say you're not going to be stuck in the past. You're not going to be hanging on to the past like you did at the beginning. You're going to be focusing more forward. It's almost like you make a decision here. Okay, so sorry if I sound like I'm stuttering, guys. I'm getting flashes in my head as I'm talking. So it seems like here, Spirit wants me to talk about this card again. For some of you, you are toying with the idea of, do I go back home or do I stay where I am? What should I do? What is the best use of my resources? And Spirit says that you need to trust your gut and go with your gut on this. But if it feels like you need to go home, Spirit says go home. Spirit says home is where your heart is. Home is where you belong. So, okay, Spirit is telling me that once you make this decision, then everything's going to fall into place. Everything's going to work out. So Spirit just showed me a check mark, and that is, I always look at that like, hey, yeah, you got it 100%. So the Three of Wands, fast moving energy. You're going to be moving in the right direction. You might even actually be moving, like I said. You're going to be embracing this new part of your journey. I mean, it feels like once you reach this point and then you head off into the wild blue yonder with the Three of Wands, that doors are going to be flying open for you. It's just going to be like boom, 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 boom. So let's look at the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is crossing the Seven of Wands and the Three of Wands. So we go from very, very fast moving energy to Pentacles is a little slower. It's like slow and steady wins the race. And the Page of Pentacles, I mean, she's awesome. She shows new opportunities coming in. She shows new beginnings. So with it being Pentacles, This is new opportunities in your resources, new opportunities or new beginnings with your skills, with your work. I mean, this almost feels like some of you are going to move, you're going to head back home, and because you're able to embrace who you really, really are, it's going to be a new beginning for you, and opportunities are just going to blossom. But you got to remember too, the Page of Pentacles, the pagers are bringers of messages. So Spirit says, open your ears to the network. So it could be that someone that is an old high school buddy, or someone who still lives back home connects with you and says, hey, there's this great job opportunity, I think you'd be wonderful. It definitely feels like there's going to be some kind of communication, possibly a new career path. But whatever this is, I mean, this is a good beginning. This is a very good omen for manifesting new opportunities. But be practical. I mean, you know, like I said a few minutes ago, slow and steady wins the race. You're not going to get everything all at once. I mean, it feels like once you get yourself settled, then everything is going to start really falling into place. You're going to have opportunities to meet new people. There's going to be new opportunities to connect at work. It feels very much like you're going to be in power. You're going to be holding on to what comes into your life, these opportunities. Because she's the one that's really holding on to her pinnacle. And she's got a foot that has like a little root coming down. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Let's see. Right down here. So she's got one foot deep into the ground. She's rooted herself there. And that's why I think for those of you that this is resonating with home is very important to you. Home is definitely a part of your life path. You were born there. It feels like you'll be buried there. You'll die there. It feels like even though you may have moved away, you're going to be moving back. And you're going to be in control of your, okay, Spirit just said destiny. In control of your destiny when you get home. You can choose the different paths that you go down. You're going to assess the different opportunities that come forward, and you're going to really, Spirit says, enjoy and weigh them. So some of you might enjoy the fact that you get to come back and be given all these different opportunities. It's almost like when you left, you felt like nothing, you were never going to get anywhere there. And you've gone away and you've had all these different experiences and opportunities, but you realize that your calling, where you're supposed to be, is back where you were born, your hometown or your home state, wherever you feel like home is. And going back, you have a different perspective. And that different perspective, coupled with the fact of your love of the place, really opens up all these opportunities that you get to weigh and analyze. And I mean, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel not just wanted, but the Spirit is saying important. So it's going to make you feel, you're going to feel important, but be mindful of, you know, getting your head too far up in the air and being a little conceited. Don't be conceited about the opportunities that come your way, but be appreciative of what Spirit brings into your life. Now I'm going to pull a card. Okay, I just got a flash of me not shuffling, but just pulling. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to interesting. Look at that. Look at that, guys. It's the Page of Swords reversed. Wow. Wow. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of messages coming to you. There's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of moving energy coming in and out of your life. But yeah, definitely. So when she's upright, this when she's upright, it's a type of almost like a restless energy, right? Like she's constantly having to have like a flow of information coming into her. So that's why she's reading a book. She's holding on to these light bulbs because she's figuring things out. She's learning new subjects. And her thoughts are not heavy. See, these birds are not like big, heavy ravens. They're smaller birds. But they're really, really flying around her head. The fact that you've got it in the reverse tells me that this can be nervous energy, which makes sense if you go back. And I mean, you know how it is when you see people after it's been like a high school reunion, like you go back for the 10-year or 20-year anniversary. On one hand you're excited to see them, but then on the other hand you're like, I don't know, how am I gonna look, how are they gonna look, how's everyone, that kind of like nervous energy. But also you have to be careful not to get stuck on yourself, not to get focused on not being all talk and no action, to where you say a whole lot but you don't do anything. So like I was saying with this, don't get too arrogant. Don't become arrogant. Be appreciative of the opportunities that's going to come to you. Be appreciative of the fact that you can go home again, but don't lord it over the people that maybe couldn't get out, that maybe stayed. They have their own life path that they have to follow, just as you do. And it was written in your chart that you needed to go out and see the world, to come back and teach for the next generation, whether that is actual teacher or not. It's like you're going to come back and bring a legacy with you. So Aries, unfortunately, I don't see a new love interest for the month of March. I see more of a reckoning with where your life is going, but also energy moving you in a direction to where you're going to be meeting your significant other, but we are going to be in a different place when we meet them. So Aries, I hope this resonated with you. If it didn't, I completely understand. Take what does and leave the rest. Hit that like button, tap the subscribe button, and ding that bell notification. It lets you know when I upload new videos. And leave me a comment below. Let me know how this resonated with you, if it resonated. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Aries.